You know how some places just feel wrong? Not just creepy, but hungry. There's a forest whispered about in hushed tones. That's exactly that. It's a place that doesn't just haunt you, it consumes you. And it's always looking for its next meal. Our story starts with a young man named Elias. Elias wasn't just sad, he was a storm of raw, agonizing pain. He grew up in a house where love was a foreign word, and every day was a fresh new hell of abuse. The rage and trauma festered inside him, a constant screaming wound. One night after a particularly brutal fight, he just ran. He ran without thinking, his feet carrying him into the deep, dark woods at the edge of town. He didn't know it, but his emotional turmoil was like a beacon, a flare in the dark calling out to something ancient and malevolent. His pain made him the perfect prey. Because this forest, it isn't just a collection of trees, it's a single living entity, a conscious, intelligent evil that has existed for centuries. It thrives on despair, it feeds on guilt, and it grows stronger with every broken soul that wanders into its grasp. The locals call it the Whispering Grove, and for good reason. The moment Elias stepped past the first line of skeletal grasping trees, the whispers began. At first they were faint, like the rustling of leaves or the sighing of the wind. But soon they started to sound like voices, familiar voices. They knew his name. They knew his pain. They whispered things only he could know, twisting his deepest fears and regrets into weapons against him. They showed him images of his tormentors, stoking the fire of his hatred until it was a roaring inferno. The forest wasn't just trying to scare him, it was trying to break him down piece by piece to make him give up. It was converting him, and this is where the forest's true genius lies. It doesn't present itself as a monster, it offers salvation. The whispers promised Elias peace. They promised him an end to the suffering, a world where no one could ever hurt him again. They told him they understood, that they could take his pain away and give him strength in return. It was the ultimate illusion. Evil rarely shows its true face. Instead, it wears the mask of a savior, offering you exactly what your broken heart craves. For Elias, who had never known a moment of peace, the offer was intoxicating. He was so desperate to escape his reality that he didn't realize he was being led into a cage. He finally broke. Standing in a clearing where the air was thick and heavy, he screamed his surrender to the trees. "Take it," he begged. "Just make it stop." And the forest obliged. In that moment, the whispers turned from seductive murmurs to a triumphant roar that filled his mind. He felt a strange, cold power surge through him. The pain didn't vanish, it was transformed. His skin began to feel tight, like bark. His veins felt like roots digging into the soil. He looked down at his hands, and they were no longer flesh and bone, but gnarled, twisting wood. He was becoming one with the grove, his body and soul being absorbed, erased. His humanity was just gone. He was now just another part of the darkness. But the horror doesn't end with Elias. The forest's hunger is eternal. It's a self-sustaining cycle of corruption. Now when a new vulnerable soul wanders into the woods, lost and in pain, they hear the whispers. And among the chorus of ancient, despairing voices, there's a new one, a voice filled with rage and a desperate, hollow promise of peace. It's the voice of Elias. He has become a lure, another whisper in the wind, forever bound to the malevolent will of the forest, helping it find its next victim. The grove continues to grow, one broken soul at a time, ensuring the nightmare never ever ends.